I was reflecting on my social media journey, and for me specifically, I want to share this with you because I think this will help, and it's different from like what you always hear about social media. By posting, it helped me better understand myself. It helped me find my own inner voice. It helped me find my own inner power. It helped me get out of the box that I put myself in for a long time. It gave me a voice, allowed me to understand myself on a deeper level. I'm gonna make a quick lunch for myself. Pasta with zucchini, fresh basil, and some good olive oil. It's like 4 ingredients. It's gonna be a mamma mia. Contrary to what you think I like cooking, and I do. I'm just like you, okay? I'm lazy sometimes too. I was reflecting on my social media journey, whether it be walking around New York City in the cold, filming customer service videos.
In my last video on the topic of what is hospitality, the key takeaways were listening, showing empathy, and offering solutions. Those are the broad level concepts, but right now, we're gonna go a layer deeper. How do you really understand the guest needs? You have to read them. There are 4 steps. 1, observe social dynamics. 2, ask questions. 3, build rapport. And 4, be proactive, not reactive.
Shooting videos in Chinatown during the pandemic, or
And it's been soaking in that juice, that sweet. I think there's honey, maybe a little bit of sugar. It's really delicious. Why do Chinese girls like this?
cooking a home-cooked meal with my grandmother. Get the steamer going, get the rice cooker going, and you got a night going. Hey, Jingyi. Papa, did you know that a whole fish means prosperity? Shit. That's a nice fish. It has some ginger, scallion, gope, yuppie. Oh yeah, it's hot.
Okay, so cool.
영원히 억세. You got the oil, ginger.
Ginger salad. Okay.
One word, prosperity. Fast forward to showcasing my cinnamon bun bakery. I started this business in 2020 after losing my restaurant job, not really knowing what I was doing. Started making the buns in my house, and then I transitioned into a commissary kitchen. I experimented with going to farmers markets, different events, private orders, as well as wholesale orders. And I tried my best to adapt to the changing landscape around me, but then I realized that the cycle has ended for me and I no longer want to continue doing this because it just wasn't making me happy anymore. I first started making cinnamon buns and going to farmers markets in Long Island and selling them, and I would just cover my costs, and I enjoyed really talking to the guests and meeting the vendors. It was really a nice experience. It is really hot today. It's 88 degrees Fahrenheit and like 30 degrees Celsius here. I'm at Food Truck Fridays in Levittown, Long Island, New York. I have my booth set up over here. Cinnamon buns. We got a lot of good stuff here. So come on down. Then when I tried to level up, moved into a commissary kitchen, tried to get into larger scale events, I would go into each event down -$400, -$500. So I wouldn't even cover the cost of my product. Not to say that it's not possible to continue, because I was enduring and I was trying to promote my brand and market myself. But I just felt in my heart that it was time to move on from this experience. And I have lessons now. That took like an hour. Boom. Now it's time to go back in the proofer, and then in the oven, and then cut. Man, who decided to make cinnamon buns? I'm not giving up on myself. I'm still an entrepreneur. Virtual cooking classes. When I first started, it was pretty lame. Actually, people signed up, like a couple people signed up. I like to choose things like pasta that were easy enough to make, but also required some level of technique. And when I would teach these cooking classes, I would go by the recipes. I practiced beforehand. I had a script that I used as a guide to keep me on track. So this transitioned into cooking classes for companies and nonprofits. When I thought that I wanted to take this to the next level, I was like, what is my strength? I come from a restaurant, hospitality, guest experience background, and although I'm like awkward and quiet, I can read the room and I know how people are feeling. So I wanted to create that same experience virtually. Even though I can cook, there's other people that are better suited to cook. So I got my friend to help me with this project. So he was in his apartment, I was in my house, and I would act like the moderator. I would monitor the chat, I would change around the different camera views, and then my friend, he would cook. Also, I prompted him with questions that we prepared prior to the class. I talked about food and beverage pairing. I would look at their videos to see which stage of the cooking process they're on, and then I would let my friend know to either speed it up or slow it down. I'll let you in on a tip. To create a great experience, it's all about the details, all right? If you can anticipate things that the guests would enjoy that they might not even realize, you're creating a positive guest experience. It's all about the details and they all add up. So that worked out well. My friend and I decided to do our own thing. Then I was left with a predicament. Should I start doing cooking classes again? This is like the third time that I've done it through different iterations. So I was like, what the heck? I had 2 webcams, 2 computers, and my phone. I also downloaded a streaming software where I was able to toggle between cameras as well as monitor the chat and play music. And I had graphics too. I taught 2 classes and I had about 20 people come to a Valentine's Day class and then 20 people come to a veggie dumpling class. And those 2 classes were the best virtual cooking classes I've ever taught. The most interactive classes that I've taught, but I couldn't have done it without prior experience that I had, the lessons that I learned. And you know what? I taught those classes for free, but people sent me tips. So I ended up making more money than I did when I actually charged. Let me just be clear, when I first started teaching virtual cooking classes, there's some classes that I put on the calendar that no one showed up and no one signed up. I kept going, kept trying to offer value, and eventually, what's the saying goes, like, you build it, they will come. So if you're trying something right now and you feel like it's not moving forward, keep going. Believe in yourself. I believe in you. So I think the virtual cooking classes were a level of my purpose that built upon what I'm passionate about. So adapting and adjusting, very important. Everyone, take care. I believe in you. Do something new. Than me expressing my thoughts. Social media you kind of hear as negative, but for me personally, and this is my truth on my journey, by posting on social media, by sharing my story, it allowed me to step into my power. And what I mean by that is it gave me a voice. It gave me an outlet to express myself fully. And it's beautiful because I've been a quiet person for my whole life, but by sharing my story, I came out of my box, so to speak. It was also a reminder that I have to build a thick skin because at each stage of the journey, at each evolution, there's different challenges. There's people that don't like me where I'm at now, and there's people that will not like me where I'm going. Either way, you'll be met with positive and negative, but it's about moving through it. And with my social media, I demonstrated that you can still go through change, your own evolution that's meant for you. Even though you're gonna lose views, even though you're gonna lose followers, the most important thing for me was about developing a deeper understanding, a deeper awareness of who Michael is as a person. I've been able to do that. I still am always figuring things out and knowing who I am, but I use social media to better understand myself. Okay. Doesn't really come out. Salt. Sauteed. It's okay to move through that new chapter of your life, that new season of your life, when you listen to the call that you feel in your heart. You will, in a way, be like a snake shedding your skin, shedding the people, places, and things that no longer resonate with you. I've seen that in my own social media journey. The people that like me at this stage don't like me at this stage. But that still happens in life with your jobs, with your career, with your partnership. So what I want to say is that I'm just sharing my own story. This is just my story, and it might not work for you, and that's okay. But the whole point of my social media is for you to wake up to your own power and decide what works best for you, and to take maybe a little part of my energy, of my insight, to give you the reminder that you can do it yourself, but your own way. Okay? There's no right and wrong way. There's different ways to do everything, and it's your job to find your own way. And when you live your life with passion and purpose, it doesn't mean that it's necessarily like easy. You'll still be met with challenges, but challenges are beautiful in a way because it allows you to dive deeper into who you are. It gives you that awareness. We live in a 3D reality, so I'm talking with my hands today because I feel like I got energy. We live in a 3D reality, and there's polarity, there's duality. Sometimes you learn a lot from the pain and things that don't go your way, but it's not so much what happens to you, it's how you respond. And that's what I'm learning as I go through each season of my life, and to be more in tune with who Michael is. I feel like I need a touch of chili flakes. Spice is life, some red pepper flakes, just a little bit because I can't take the heat. See how it's like shriveling up and soaking in all that olive oil? That's what I want. That's nice flavor. do a little switch action. Me sharing my story, it's like a ripple effect in a way. Like if I can do it, if I can move through the adversity and still not be perfect while I'm doing it, then that might help you. And then by you doing it, you're a beacon of light to somebody else, and then you inspire somebody else. Not by like telling them you must do this, but just by showing them through your actions, through your energy, showing them through your honor, showing them through your character. That's really how change is made. Not so much like you must do this, or let me give you the secret, buy my program, or invest with me, or this is the best. No, it's more just showing people through your action, your character, your morals, your dignity, your energy. Let's get this pasta, I'm getting hungry. Some salt in the water. Does it have to boil, pasta? Italians might have something to say, but I don't think it has to, so we'll put that in. Use your pasta of choice. I'm using bucatini now, it has a hole in it. But I like angel hair because I like the name. My dad doesn't like angel hair because it says it's too thin. I got some pomegranate juice. Basil, she loves me. She loves me now. Thank you, plant. And sometimes you gotta experience like the polarity which you don't prefer, in order to better recognize and understand yourself and give space to what you don't prefer. To understand why you don't prefer it, but like not always rule out what you don't prefer. Sometimes fear is just a messenger, and everyone says that, but it's just alerting you to signs, and it's just about you being aware to what's coming or what's there right in front of your face. If you don't give space to the fear, if you don't feel it, then it's gonna keep on coming back stronger and harder. No one ever said that you wouldn't be like fearless. Fearless doesn't mean no fear at all, it means less. So fear is always there, it's just how we handle it. A little bit of that water. So this is just residual heat of the pan, and the juices from the zucchini are making like a little sauce with the hot pasta water, the starchiness. You could add cheese here, everyone would add cheese, but I'm not gonna add cheese because I don't want to. Do a little bit more salt, more water. That's salty water too, so keep that in mind. Put the basil in. It's nice, fresh, and light. This is Michael lunch. Still looks nice. Touch more of this really nice olive oil, extra virgin. Yeah, this is just a quick lunch and reflecting on my social media journey. Just be yourself and have a great day. I like to play around Mamma Mia and add like 100 things, but it just took 10 minutes. Just using what I have and making something really like elegant and delicious. Elegant sometimes is not all like all that extra stuff. It's just it is what it is. It's authenticity.